Welcome to the Human Nature Channel. I'm your host, Alex Tamsula, and what am I doing here? Well, what I'm doing here today is another follow-up to my video number 7, which was the Las Vegas shooting, the Pittsburgh synagogue shooting, and Laura Loomer. What I'd like to do in this video is focus on the array of selfies I showed you in video number 7, where we can see Laura Loomer, Little Miss Persona non grata herself, together with former President Bill Clinton, all smiles. There's something about this array I find most illuminating, and it is this. The two people most important to these selfies aren't even in them. The first person who casts a shadow over these pictures is Juanita Broaddrick. I think anybody who has found their way to this channel probably already knows who Juanita Broaddrick is. According to Wikipedia, Juanita is an American former nursing home administrator who, in 1999, alleged that U.S. President Bill Clinton raped her in April of 1978 when he was Attorney General of Arkansas, an elected position he held between his 2 terms as governor. Juanita was interviewed by Lisa Myers of NBC News on January 20th, 1999, the day after President Clinton was impeached. And the late conservative commentator Barbara Olson also recounted Juanita's story in her 1999 book, Hell to Pay. Now here is where things get interesting. Even though I haven't been able to pin down an exact date and time these selfies of Laura and Bill getting chummy were taken, I'll hazard a guess it was sometime between Laura's employment with Project Veritas and her much publicized stunt of jumping on stage during the New York City Shakespeare Festival's production of Julius Caesar, Laura in protest of the actor playing Caesar made up to look like Trump. So here is the $64,000 question. When did Laura Loomer learn of Juanita Broaddrick's allegations against Bill Clinton? Did she know about Juanita before she instigated these selfies or after? The reason this is important is because Laura Loomer would go on to befriend Juanita Broaddrick, and I have to add that Juanita has had nice things to say about Laura's support. But this is what bothers me. Because if Laura knew about Juanita Broaddrick before these selfies were taken and then goes on to champion Juanita's efforts to get the alleged assault story out there, this is some seriously cynical and exploitive shit. If the last statement proves true, then it's akin to Ann Coulter's manipulation of Paula Jones until Paula Jones outlived her usefulness too, Ann Coulter. The second most important person to these pictures who isn't even in the frame is Hillary Clinton. Now, I have this theory about Hillary, which has never been undercut by any observations that I've made of her over the years, and it is that Hillary has, as a politician, only one constituency, and that is all the people who work in big, stinking, corporate-controlled, gutless mainstream media, which encompasses the filmmaking industry in Hollywood all the way over to the major broadcast news organizations in New York City. Barbara Olson tells us in Hell to Pay that when Hillary joined the Rose Law Firm in Little Rock, Arkansas in February 1977, some of her first duties were those of an entertainment lawyer representing Nashville musicians. Hillary would later go on to become friends with Linda Bloodworth Thomason and her husband Harry, who were the creators of the TV show Evening Shade. And of course, there was Hillary's friendship with disgraced Hollywood mogul Harvey Weinstein, who over the years raised loads of money for Team Clinton as if they were barges floating down the Nile. I might even argue, because of all the big money fundraising the Clintons depend upon from big media figures, it would be easy to believe they are Hillary's only real constituency. Exhibit A, in support of my thesis, was the time Rupert Murdoch held a fundraiser for Hillary Clinton during the 2008 Democratic primary run for her party's presidential nomination. I remember reading about this fundraiser online and I started scratching my chin. Just like this. Rupert Murdoch, for crying out loud? Now, I don't know what's up with the Murdoch family and their holdings currently, but back then Rupert, through News Corp, controlled half the media on this planet. And as we all know, he owned right-wing Fox News, where Sean Hannity made a good living bashing the Clintons whenever he had an excuse. So Murdoch held a fundraiser for Hillary Clinton, huh? Then it hit me. But of course, because Hillary Clinton's primary constituency is big, stinky, corporate-controlled, gutless mainstream media. And if any of the bigwigs in the small group of big media companies that control everything we see have a big problem, like with the FCC, then the junior senator from the great state of New York is here to help. And if they would like to show a modest token of their appreciation, it won't go unnoticed. Conversely, if you get on Hillary's bad side, for example Matt Lauer, who, at the Commander-in-Chief's forum, repeatedly pressed Hillary about using the unsecured computer server in her home, well, you'll never eat lunch in this town again. And so, this brings us back to the array of selfies where we see Laura and Bill, all smiles, and it makes me wonder, what are we really looking at? Just some jolly meet and greet? Or is there more to this? Is this Laura making a sacrificial offering to Team Clinton, the great grand gatekeepers of big stinking corporate-controlled gutless mainstream media? Because based on what I've seen, Laura wants to be a part of big stinking corporate-controlled gutless mainstream media on her own terms and in the worst way possible. Do you think Laura Loomer would have gotten her interview with Sean Hannity on Fox News if Hillary Clinton had been dead set against it? I don't. And so, the grand overarching irony of all of this is that Hillary Clinton, when it's all said and done, represents Juanita Broaddrick's new BFF, Laura Loomer. But of course. And now, time for a song. Brother bought a coconut, he bought it for a dime. His sister had another one, she paid it for a lime. She put the lime in the coconut, she drank them both up. She put the lime in the coconut, she drank them both up. She put the lime in the coconut, she drank them both up. She put the lime in the coconut, she called the doctor, woke him up and said, "Doctor, ain't there nothing I can take?" I said, "Doctor, to relieve this bellyache." I said, "Doctor, ain't there nothing I can take?" I say, "Doctor, to relieve this bellyache." Now let me get this straight. Put the lime in the coconut, you drank them both up. Put the lime in the coconut, you drank them both up. Put the lime in the coconut, you drank them both up. Put the lime in the coconut, you called your doctor, woke him up and said, "Doctor, ain't there nothing I can take?" I said, "Doctor, to relieve this bellyache." I say, "Doctor, ain't there nothing I can take?" I say, "Doctor, to relieve this bellyache." Put the lime in the coconut, drink them both together. Put the lime in the coconut and you feel better. Put the lime in the coconut, drink them both up. Put the lime in the coconut and call me in the morning. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, 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 brother bought a coconut, he bought it for a dime. His sister had another one, she paid it for a lime. She put the lime in the coconut, she drank them both up. She put the lime in the coconut, she called the doctor, woke him up and said, "Doctor, ain't there nothing I can take?" I said, "Doctor, to relieve this bellyache." I say, "Doctor, ain't there nothing I can take?" I say, "Doctor, to relieve this bellyache." Now let me get this straight. You put the lime in the coconut, drink 'em bud up. Put the lime in the coconut, drink 'em bud up. Put the lime in the coconut. You're such a silly woman. Put the lime in the coconut, drink 'em both together. Put the lime in the coconut, then you feel better. Put the lime in the coconut, drink 'em both down. Put the lime in the coconut and call me in the morning. Woo, woo. Ain't there nothing I can take? I say, woo, woo. To relieve your bellyache, you say, woo, woo. Ain't there nothing I can take? I say, woo, woo. To relieve your bellyache, you say, yah, yah. Ain't there nothing I can take? I say, wah, wah. To relieve this bellyache, I say, doctor. Ain't there nothing I can take? I say, doctor. Ain't there nothing I can take? I say, doctor. Ain't there nothing I can take? I say, doctor. To relieve this bellyache. Such a silly woman. Put the lime in the coconut, you drink them both together. Put the lime in the coconut, then you feel better. Put the lime in the coconut, drink them both up. Put the lime in the coconut and call me in the morning. Yes, you call me in the morning. If you call me in the morning, I'll tell you what to do. If you call me in the morning, I'll tell you what to do. If you call me in the morning, I'll tell you what to do. If you call me in the morning, I'll tell you what to do. Plantation, Squirrel Hill, Laura. Have a nice day.